All right. First pick. Derek, who is your first pick?
I'm going to go Kyler Murray from Oklahoma.
Kyler Murray.
2018.
They're off the
I'm gonna go
board.
2018 Kyler
2018 Kyler Murray. I would venture a guess he is probably one of the single best answers you can take in the game. He had 1,001 rushing yards and 4,361 passing yards, which is a very, very high number. 5,362 yards for Kyler Murray in 2018. Big pick. Phillip.
Give me 2010 Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree, 2010. All right.
I assume this is PPR, right? So we're including
yeah.
point per reception.
All right. Michael Crabtree in 2010. Uh-oh. Michael Crabtree did not play in the Big 12 in 2010. He graduated in 2008.
Wow.
Man, I am
Phillip.
I have three small kids, so there you go.
So fortunately, so we have our first flush of the draft on the second pick.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Hey, look.
So fortunately, Michael Crabtree coming off the board isn't a big deal. But Phillip, your pick will now move to the end of the round after Melissa's first pick. Okay, my first pick. I think you're on the right track with position of value. But I think there's a couple options here. I think I'm going to go with 2021 Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, I'll take 2021 Chuba Hubbard. I believe that is his 2,000 yard season, if I remember correctly. All right, Chuba Hubbard in 20. Shit! I just flushed my pick too.
Wow.
Yep. I was like, nope.
Last season was the COVID season. Damn it! All right, Chuba Hubbard's gone.
You were looking for 2019.
I was looking for 2019. All right, so Chuba Hubbard is now off the board.
I had a tough choice. I'm still going to leave a really good player on the board, but I'm going 2016 Pat Mahomes.
2016 Mahomes is a good note. Yeah, that's
insane yardage numbers. No one else. I don't know anyone else is touching 5,000 plus.
Yeah, I don't think there's not very many. I want to see
Kyler Murray. Yeah.
I think he's in the top 5 in Big 12 history in single season total yardage. Let's see here. You said 2016. So 2016, Pat Mahomes had 5,052 passing yards. Oops, keep clicking on the screen. 5,052 passing yards and 260 rushing yards for a total of 5,312. Not far behind Kyler Murray. That's a pretty good pick. Phillip, let's try not to flush another one.
I'm going to take 2010. I know he played in 2010. I'll take 2010 Justin Blackmon.
2010 Justin Blackmon's a good one. I kind of wonder if 2011 was the better pick because that was the big run year.
I think he had more catches in 2011. I think he had more yards in 2010 because he had come out of nowhere. And so 2011, everyone tried to key in on him. So he still got all the catches. He just didn't have as many yards.
So 2010, you're correct. He had 1,782 receiving yards and he had he had 4 carries for 77 yards. So he actually put in a little bit of work on the rushing end too. Okay. So good pick there. Okay. Wide receiver there was a good pick. Now I'm scared of flushing another one. I think I just have to do it. I think I have to pull the Tavon Austin trigger here and go 2012 Tavon Austin. He had 1,289 receiving yards and had 643 rushing yards for a total of 1,932. All right, Melissa, now your first pick of the second round.
All right, then I'm just going sheer volume here. And this, I think you guys are scholars of the classics, so I might come out of left field with this one. I'm going 2024 Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah, he was going to be my next pick, you son of a bitch. That was going to be my next pick.
Listen, the kid's from my area back home. He's a Sacramento kid. I followed his career at Sac State. Big Cam Scatterbo fan. Now, and just racked up insane yardage.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he actually went past either of the two Bills Oklahoma State rushers.
Yes, I believe so.
In total yards because he actually caught the ball. He had 1,711 rushing yards and another 605 through the air.
Yeah, pretty good.
Woof.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
You gonna include his passing stats?
Oh, he should get you. You got to include his passing
You
stats.
said offensive, so you got to include the passing
He did.
stats.
I did. I'm gonna throw his passing stats in, which he did complete.
Thanks, Phillip.
You're welcome.
And he knew he's throwing that in there because he knows he did it against Iowa State. Little son of a bitch. 42 yards. Now, a two-bill rusher I do feel fairly confident in is 2023 Ollie Gordon.
Good call.
I
Pulling
think
that
we're
right
good.
out from underneath Phillip too. He's rocking in depression.
Well, he burned Chuba, and then he takes Ollie.
Yeah, I'm here.
To
be fair, you had to throw in the passing yards, the Camp Scadaboo passing yards, Barb, so I had to take both of your running backs. All right, 2023. Ollie Gordon went for 1,732 on the ground and 330 in the air. I guess he didn't have 2,000, just shy. All right, actually just over 2,000. Sweet. All right. Phillip, you're up.
2021 Charlie Kolar.
That's not a bad pick. I was kind of wondering if someone was going to grab him.
I'm like, if I think of tight ends in the Big 12 that have like actually been utilized as like consistent weapons at a position where it's hard to get in the Big 12, you just don't get a lot of guys that get a lot of passing yards, especially since 2010. Like you go back
so
before
2021
then, tight ends being used. But
so 2021 Charlie Kolar is his best season at 756 yards. That's a pretty good number. I think that's a real good number at the tight end spot.
Value.
That's a good spot. Derek,
I love me a good tight end.
You got two picks in a row because we went through a whole round without flushing a pick.
Well, I'm kind of on the agreement here with Phillip. I am going to go tight end, but I'm going to go 2013 Jason Amaro. That was an unbelievable season. One. Yeah, that was like one of the best seasons ever for a tight end in the conference.
Yeah, Jason Amaro. Gosh, I forgot about Jason Amaro entirely. All right, Jason Amaro. 2013 had 1,352 yards receiving. Damn, that's a good number.
There we go.
1,352 yards receiving and no yards rushing. All right, that's a pretty good number for that tight end spot.
I don't think there's another tight end anywhere in that.
No, in the Big 12.
I've got one. I've got one in my head, but I don't know. I'm not super confident about it. I'm not 100% on the year. I've got one guy that might be in the neighborhood, but I don't know. Derek, you got another pick.
I'll go Terrence Williams, 2012.
Terrence Williams, no. That's a good pick. Yeah, that's
right out from under me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a good pick. All right, 2012 Terrence Williams, 1,832 through the air, and another 14 on the ground. 1,846. That's a big number. Yeah. All right, Phillip, you're up.
2017 James Washington.
Are you sure it's not 19? Nope, it is 2017. There you go.
I'm gonna go 2017. There we go.
2017 James Washington.
Look, I may get Texas Tech players wrong. I shouldn't get Oklahoma State players wrong.
There you go. That's true. Okay, James Washington in 2017 had 1,549 yards and another 12 on the ground.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
So here's the tight end I think that might be in the neighborhood, and I believe that is 2017 Mark Andrews from Oklahoma.
That's a good call.
Oh, that's a good call.
Mark Andrews in 2017 had 958. I'll take that. Melissa, you've got two in a row.
All right. So my first one, everyone talks about 2012 Tavon Austin, but the dude lining up across on the other side of the hash marks from pretty damn good,
he had a pretty good season. I know who you're going here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Stedman Bailey, who put up pretty comparable numbers. I can get all of the yardage of an Art Briles system and none of the baggage.
Yep. Let's see. That's a good pick. Stedman Bailey in 2012. You said 2012.
Yeah.
Is at 1,622 through the air and 13 on the ground. All right. It's a pretty good pick.
And then this is where I get into trouble is do I try to get the tight end that I think is the only viable option left, or do I just go with another wide receiver?
The
But everyone's got their tight end, right?
Everyone's got their tight end.
Everyone has? Okay.
Yeah, so you can take who you want and you can talk about it out loud too.
Okay. So I
don't think anybody's taking the tight end as their flex, even though Jason Morrow would have been a crazy pick.
That would have been a great flex pick. I think I'm going to stay in wide receivers. I got to go 2015 Josh Doxson.
That's a good pick. So Josh Jackson 2015 is his career high, and that is going to be 1,327 through the air and another 6 on the ground. Let's go. I'm gonna go 2015 Corey Coleman.
TCU football coach, current TCU wide receiver coach Corey Coleman.
Really?
Like that, yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Look at that. All right, 2015 Corey Coleman went for 1363. I was hoping for a bigger number than that. 1363 and then 111 on the ground. Damn, I was hoping for a bigger number than that. That sucks. All right. Let's see. Phillip, you're up.
I'll go ahead and take my quarterback. I will take 2019 Jalen Hurts.
Interesting. That is not who I thought you were going to go with.
It's a good one, though.
I think it's going to be a good number.
He did so much on the ground combined with through the air. He's got to have.
Did he have a big number through the air, though?
Well, but you combine the air and ground number because he ran the ball so much.
Okay. So Jalen Hurts in 2019 at Oklahoma, he passed for 3,851 and ran for, where'd he go? He ran for 1,300 yards. Son of a bitch.
That's a good value.
That's a good number right there. Gosh. Okay.
Absolutely.
Derek, you're up.
I'm going to go 2011 Kendall Wright from Baylor. I need another receiver.
Kendall Wright. Okay. 2011 Kendall Wright.
2 Baylor receivers for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the thing though, is they put up some gaudy numbers.
I got my mind stuck on that one.
Went for 1663 and then another 72 on the ground. All right. 1735 for Derek there. Okay. Let's see here. We're back on to the second last round. You've got 2 more. You got 1 pick here and then 1 at the back end of the round. Derek, you're up.
2016 Dante Foreman.
Deontay Foreman's a good one. Yeah.
Not my pick, so I'm happy, but good pick.
That is a good pick. So 2016.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, I think that might be a pretty big number.
That 1 year.
Yeah. So Deontay Foreman in 2016 went, this is a big number. 2,028 on the ground.
Jeez.
And 75 in the air. 2,100 yards there. Woof.
I think you won the Doak Walker that year, if I remember correctly.
I believe you're correct.
I think you did.
I believe, yeah.
Oof. Derek's got that number, and the Jason Morrow pick is that's a load.
I wouldn't have got Jason Morrow if I didn't think about Phillip taking a tight end. That helped me a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Phillip, you've got a pick right now. You got a running back and a flex.
2022 Bijan Robinson for my running back.
That's a good pick.
That's a pretty good number, I think, too. Okay, so 2022 Bijan Robinson, 1,580 on the ground, and another 314 through the air.
All right.
Okay, so 2022 Deuce Vaughn.
Damn it, Levi!
Oh, yeah. I hate that. Fucking feels gross.
I'm so mad at you.
I know. 2022 Deuce Vaughn had 1,936 yards. Okay, Melissa.
2015 DeAndre Washington.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
He had a huge.
Great.
He did have a big number. So 2015 DeAndre Washington, I think that's how you spell his first name, went for 1,492 on the ground and 385 in the air.
I'll take
Not
that.
honestly a pretty respectable number there. Okay, so going into the last round here, let's add these up here. So currently, Melissa's sitting in the lead Um,
I'm gonna get smoked though.
I said the problem you got it. So you got a tight end, and Derek's got a flex open.
Flex.
I have a quarterback open, so I have the most ground to gain here. Phillip and Derek both have a flex open, but Derek is a full 1,200 yards ahead.
Derek beat us with Jason Morrow.
Yeah, he did. He did,
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that was the right call.
My hope right now is that he just picks an absolute dumpster on the flex, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Still a lot of good players left on the board.
All right, Melissa.
Yeah, but
tight end.
not for me, who has to pick.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have a tight end left.
And I'm gonna go with 2023 Ben Sinnott.
Ben Sinnott.
Okay.
Sinnott, whatever.
Sinnott. Sign out. Just whatever.
That guy.
Yeah, who knows? Honestly, it's a Kansas State player. Who gives a shit?
Stuck behind Zach Ertz at the Redskins.
You said 2023.
Yeah,
Ben.
I think that's the right year.
2023, but that would be unfortunate if you picked his not best year. But you did pick his best year. 2023 Ben Sinnott had 676 yards.
And
if you went 2021,
we're done.
At 2021, you could have gotten a couple rushing yards out of him.
Dang it.
Yeah, no. All right. My last pick is my quarterback. I think this is the easy one here. This is going to go to 2011 RG3.
Yeah. It's the only guy left.
I think that's my best shot at this. So 2011 RG3 had 4,293 yards in the air and probably a pretty good rushing number, 699 on the ground.
That's actually a surprise.
All right, so
5,000 club.
Just a shy of 5,000. Okay, so going into this last bit here, I've eclipsed Melissa barely.
Okay.
Phillip, you need to find a 2,100 yard flex someplace.
I don't know that exists.
I don't know that it. Yes, I'm
now,
not sure
flex,
that exists.
This is not super flex, so we can't pick a second quarterback. So it's got to be a wide receiver running back.
That's true.
It's Samaje Perine. I got to think of what year it was.
It is.
I think it was 2014.
2014. Samaje Perine.
Dude broke records that year.
Was that the year that like him and Melvin Gordon like back-to-back weeks broke the NCAA rushing record?
Yeah.
All right. So 2014, Samaje Perine had 1,821 yards from scrimmage. Good number, just shy. Derek, you need not a lot. So you need essentially 1,000 yards out of a flex.
Can I interest you in a tight end?
No, absolutely not. There was one when Melissa
said EJ Bibbs, you fucking coward.
When Melissa said Cam Scatterbo from 2024, it reminded me of another great player. And I'm going 2024 RJ Harvey from UCF.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's going to be the nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah. He was right there. He was just as good. Probably not stat-wise, but on the field.
All right. RJ Harvey in 2024 went for 1,577 on the ground and another 267 through the air, putting Derek at 14,242. Giving him the win by about 800 yards. I came in second at 13,354. Melissa at 13,191, and Phillip just behind at 13,040.